Good morning, my dear students. So we are here again back after a very long time, and as we know that our exam was going on and we were busy preparing for the exams. You all have given your exam to the best, and I believe that you also have got the number that you have all deserved, right? So today we will be again starting with the new chapter of biology class 6, and we are following Connect with Science class 6, and today we will be starting a new chapter, that is health and hygiene. What do we understand by health? What do we understand by hygiene, right? So see, the very first point that will come for the fact that what is health and what is hygiene is that health is the condition of our body. Okay, so we will be going into the chapter, but before that let us briefly discuss what is health and what is hygiene. What is health? Health is particularly the state of your body in which all the functions of the bodies are working properly. What I am repeating again, health is the condition or state of your body in which all the functions of your bodies are working in proper condition. And what is hygiene? Hygiene is nothing but the necessary steps or the necessary protocols that we should follow for keeping our health good. Okay, so hygiene, under hygiene we can come across, see, the environment. Okay, as now you all know that novel coronavirus is going on, and also we have got a notification that schools are reopening. So what would be our hygiene, students? Our hygiene would have been that we need to be in a very proper place. We need to keep our hands sanitized frequently. We need to wash our hands. We need to wear mask for protecting us from novel coronavirus. So this is nothing but this is the part of a hygiene. Now hygiene includes of both the surroundings as well as ourselves. Clear? And so health, these two terms, health and hygiene, both of them are relevant to each other, or both of them are linked to each other, right? So before starting this chapter, what we will be studying is like health and hygiene. I am just summing up what we will be studying. The first point is what is health. The second point that we will be studying is hygiene. Okay, now the third point that we will be studying is the diseases. What are the diseases? What are the types of diseases? What diseases we will be like encountering if we do not maintain proper health, we do not maintain proper hygiene. So that is known as disease. Now these diseases comes under two categories. What are they? The very first one is communicable, and the second one is non-communicable. Now what do we understand by communicable as well as by non-communicable? See, my dear students, what is communication? Communication means to interact with each other. Now communication can only be possible if one or two persons are talking to each other, right? Because I cannot communicate with anyone if there is no one. How can I communicate, right? So communication means we need to interact with with a secondary person, right? So communicable is the diseases which caused when we come in contact with another person who is carrying that particular disease. Clear? Now what is non-communicable disease? Non-communicable disease means that the disease do not come to us in contact or only in getting contact with a particular person who is carrying the disease. Am I clear right now? Okay. So now we will be going to the particular chapter, that is health and hygiene. Now I know that whatever version of the book you all are following, whatever be the chapter number, whatever be the page number, it may vary, but the content is all same. So I am not going to the page number and chapter number, but the chapter name is health and hygiene. Okay, most probably you will be getting in your chapter 4 or your book may vary. So what is health and hygiene? See, health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being of an individual. It is also characterized by the absence of disease or infirmity. Now what is this? This means that it is not healthy, means not that I am disease free, I do not have any disease, I am very okay, I am fit and fine. No, healthy also means that mentally you are fine too, you are free from the stress, you are free from any type of anxieties or any pressure or any tension, that you are both free from the stress as well as from any of the diseases. So please mark this one. Health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Social well-being means social well-being of an individual. Social well-being means that how we are interacting or how we are mixing with the surroundings. It is also very important. Okay. Health has two broad aspects: physical health, which means a healthy body, and mental health, which means one's emotionally well-being. In order to maintain a healthy body, we must eat a balanced diet, do regular physical exercise and make wise decisions about our lifestyle. A disease is a state in which the body or a part of it deviates from the normal functioning and experience discomfort. Now if questions comes, define disease. So it will be a disease, from a disease to discomfort. Disease can lead to unhealthy conditions in the body. Diseases can occur due to various reasons. They may be caused by germs, invasion in our body, or due to lack of one or more nutrients in the diet. So nutrients, this is also, it also happens. Okay, now in your higher class you will study that deficiency of protein cause two particular type of diseases. Okay, one is kwashiorkor and another one is marasmus. So many of these are available here. Okay, we just need to understand that what we are going through. Now communicable disease, that I was talking here, this communicable disease, type of disease, communicable and non-communicable. So what is communicable disease? See, disease can spread from one person to another are called communicable disease. Communicable diseases are caused by microbes such as bacteria, viruses, fungi and protozoa. Disease causing microbes are called germs. So COVID-19 is also, or coronavirus is also a communicable disease. Clear? Now mode of transmission of communicable disease, how do these particular diseases transfer from each other or how do they transmit? See, the first point is droplet infection. What is droplet infection? Look, diseases such as common cold and flu spread through droplet infection. The germs responsible for these diseases are present in the nasal passage of the infected person. When that person sneezes or coughs, the germs are released into the air along with mucus and saliva droplets. The germs infect another person who inhales this air. Now if I am having common cold or cough, what happens, that particular germs is in my nose or in my nasal passage. Okay, now when I sneeze or when I cough, that particular germs through the tiny droplets of air or mixed with the mucus, it comes out of our mouth or of our nose. Now these through the air goes and insert or goes and inhaled by another person, okay, who is just sitting close to me or sitting beside me. That person inhales that. When that person will be inhaling that, the germs will get inhaled also. So that person will catch common cold or cough or flu, right? Now the second part is contamination. Contaminated food or water. What do you understand by contaminated food or water? See, contaminated food or water means we all know that if we eat something which is not in proper state, okay, what happens? We get ill, right? It is very common that suppose you go for like Durga Puja, we all have enjoyed that Durga Puja, right? Now we have went to various places for enjoying, for pandal hopping and for everything. Now there we have found that we have ate a lot of things from the street foods. Now it may happen some of the foods are infected by germs. Now we do not know that, we have consumed that, and after consuming that, what will happen? It will happen that we will feel ill or lose motion after returning from the particular street and returning to the home, right? So that is known as contaminated food or water. Now you will ask me, sir, how water causes it? Yes, water also cause diseases. Okay, why? Because believe me, more than food, water causes diseases. Okay, what happens? See, the water that we drink is known as potable water. Okay, is known as potable water. I'm writing that. It's known as potable water. Now what happens? Potable water is what we consume and what that we drink, and it is free from the germs. It should be okay. But what happens if we drink water from any of the nearby? Water contains the most amount of microbes or microbial or microorganisms in it. Okay, now when we consume that water, it causes typical type of infection in our stomach, which makes us fall ill. Okay, now see, diseases such as cholera, typhoid and dysentery spread through contaminated food and water. Food get contaminated if it is handled with dirty hands or if utensils containing food are left uncovered. Flies are common carriers of germs. They sit on garbage and facial matter and carry germs on their bodies. When the same flies sit on our food, they transfer the germs into the food, contaminating it. Drinking water may also get contaminated if sewage water is left untreated and comes in contact with the drinking water supply pipes. Now this fly, how do that happen? See, we all know what is flies. Flies means machi, right? Now in each and every of the cases, we will see that these flies are roaming here and there. They are sitting on, say, on the garbage, they are sitting on the drain, they are sitting on the very bad rotten things, and after that, when they are sitting there, their legs are actually getting in contact with that particular germs. Now when they are coming and sitting in our food, that same germs is getting transmitted from that point to here. Okay, so it is very necessary to keep our food covered so that flies cannot sit on that. Okay, now see, direct contact. Diseases such as conjunctivitis, chicken pox and measles are spread by direct contact, that is by touching or by coming in direct contact with that person. The germs causing these diseases spread when someone comes in contact with an infected person or use the article used by the infected person. Now the vectors. What are vectors? The germs responsible for diseases such as malaria and dengue are present inside the body of certain organisms. Example, Anopheles and Aedes mosquitoes. These organisms comes in contact with healthy people and transmit the germs by biting them. Such microorganisms that carry and transmit germs are called vectors. Okay, for example, the mosquitoes. Now this table, I am showing you this particular table. Okay, this table is very important. You need to learn this table. I am not telling you the table number or the page number, but you will find in your chapter 2, disease, mode of transmission, body parts affected and symptoms. This you need to study. Okay, now we will be coming to the part of healthy practices for personal hygiene. So what are the personal care or personal hygiene that you should maintain to avoid these contact diseases or these communicable diseases? Okay, see, first is taking care of our body. Definitely you need to take care of your body. You need to do day-to-day activities. You need to bath every day. You need to use soap, shampoos and liquid soaps for your hand wash. These are very important. Now these you can go through it. Okay, now taking care of your teeth. Definitely you need to brush your teeth twice. It is very important to brush your teeth twice. Taking care of your eyes. Yes, you need to, it is not advisable to see to a strong light or to see the sunlight directly in direct contact. No, never do that. Okay, if you found that from any of the places strong beam of light is coming, please do not look into that, concentrating on that. Okay, please do not do that. Rather, if a light is coming from this source, suppose from this source light is coming, look here, not here directly. Also, wash your eyes at least twice or thrice frequently with clean water, not with like normal water or not with like going anywhere, taking the pond water and washing it. No, not that, but with clean water. Okay, Now, taking care of our hair, we need to wash it properly, we need to do shampoos, we need to take care of the hair, we need to apply oil. So these are the points that it's very easy and you can go through it. Now, other habit for hygiene, what are they? Other than keeping our body clean, there are few other habits we should follow. Clean and dry your footwear regularly to keep your feet clean and odor free. Always carry a clean handkerchief with you. Cover your mouth and nose with a handkerchief while coughing or sneezing. Cut your nails regularly to prevent them growing long. Long nails are common sites for dirt and germs to settle in. So, dear students, today up to this, in the next class we will be studying non-communicable diseases. So, take care of yourself. I hope we will be meeting soon as the schools are reopening. So, we will be meeting soon and we will be going through the classes. But anyway, in the next class I will be discussing it. The next class will be online and I will be discussing this particular non-communicable part of this chapter. Till then, take care of yourself, take care of your family. Have a good time. Thank you.